Hi, good morning, class 9. How are you guys doing? Great. So, today I'm going to start with you is one chapter from geography. I guess it must be done with you, but I don't know. But, anyways, we'll just try to do it. It's all about the first chapter is about your India size and location, right? So, what is India totally about? What's its square kilometer area? What's its seaways? What's its physical features? You must be knowing all that. Generally, that's what you all know. But to go into details, we have to get to know more about it. So I'll just tell you few things in it, and after that we'll go ahead. Okay. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, so let's begin. Your first we are going to be on the first chapter, right? It's about India size and location. Okay, I'll just read through and after that I'll give an explanation. Okay, so India is one of the ancient civilizations in the world. As we all know, it's achieved multifaceted socio-economic progress during the last 5 decades. It has moved forward, displaying remarkable progress in the field of agriculture, industry, technology, overall economic development, or we can say the GDP, the GNI. India has also contributed significantly to the making of world history. Now let's put history. See, history is also quite a lot, what do you say, fusioned with geographical factors. Why history created there more than that? And India, as you know, is very rich in everything. So people have an eye on India. So what's all about this location part? So location, India is a very vast country lying in the entirely northern hemisphere. Okay, we see it in the figure here, and where it's all about the 8 degree north, 8 degree and 4 inches north, and 37 degree south, and longitude is 86, 68 degrees and 7 points east. 97 degrees and 25 inch east. So this is all. The Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree and 30 degree north, divides the country almost into two equal parts. Okay, to the southeast and the southwest of the mainland lie the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea respectively. Find the extent of these groups of islands in your atlas. That you can find. Now if you know your grid references, I have taught grids in class 6 and 6 guys know how to do a grid, those who are present in 7. So if you ever need any help for grids, I can go ahead and help you. Okay, now it's the landmass of India's area is around about 3.28 million square kilometers. India's total area accounts for about 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. That's from figure 1.2 we can come to know 7 largest countries of the world. Inside that India is coming on the last part. First is Russia, then we have Canada, then we have USA, we have China, we have Brazil, then we have Australia, and then we have India. Okay, this is the United Nations graph which they have. So it's clear that India is the 7th largest country of the world. India has a land boundary of around about 15,200 kilometers and total length of the coastline. So now we are going to, what we are going to do is about it. I'm going to just give you a brief description of what are we going to do, who are India's neighbors, and what all is this. It's a very short part of it, but it's quite important. I'm going to give you separate notes for it. I'm going to give you solved question answers for it also. So it will be a very good help for you as far as I'll be able to reach to you. Okay, so we see on this point map here of 1.3, you will see extent and standard meridian of India. Now what's the extent? Is 60 degree 8 on the, we have it on the west, and 37 degrees on the north, and 97 on the east, and we have 8 degrees on the 8.4 degrees from 76 degree. We have 8.8 degrees, which is cutting through a square kilometer of 2,933 square kilometers. Okay, so this is the total area of this each meridian, and the standard meridian cuts through your Andaman, Sri Lanka, sorry, it's cutting through Sri Lanka and going through Nepal, 82 degrees. Okay, so that's the meridian which is going on the time space. And we have Bangladesh this side, Nepal this side, and our neighboring countries, you know, as Myanmar, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal. We have Pakistan this side, we have the Sri Lanka this side, we have Australia this side. Okay, so this is what's all it about. And these are the Indian International Highway of Trade Commerce. These are the highways of trade and commerce, where we can see the red ones are the air routes, and dash ones, the ones with spaces, are the sea routes. Okay, so this is how I'm going to go ahead and tell you all information about it. And then we have the Indian adjacent countries. What are the adjacent countries of India? Do we have Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Tibet, Myanmar, and we have the Maldives. That's also there. These are all the neighbor countries around us. And Sri Lanka is separate from India by a narrow channel of sea formed by the Palak Strait and the Gulf of Mannar, while Maldives Islands are situated on the south of the Lakshadweep Islands. So this is all the right information we have here. And after that we have choose the right answer for the alternatives given, and that's all what we have. I have I'm going to give you question answers. I'll give you the answers for the answer the following questions briefly. Those I can give you, but rest you have to do it yourself. Choose the right answer. The easternmost longitude and Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim have common frontiers with. Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim have common with Nepal. Okay, yes, with Nepal. And if you intend to visit Kavarati during summer vacations, which one of the following union territories you will be going to? Kavaravati is, I guess, Lakshadweep, or I don't know about that. So I have to go through it. Exactly, it's one of those two. Okay, so we are going to do that. And what are the standard meridians? I'm going to tell you the standard meridians from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. There's a time lag of 2 hours from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. Hence, the time along standard meridian of India, 82 degree point 30 east, passing through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh, is taken the standard time for the whole country. Okay, so because there is a difference between timing in there's a 2 hours difference between from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, the lag of 2 hours. Hence, time along the standard meridian of India is passing through Mirzapur. So we see that here it is passing through Mirzapur. We are seeing it. Standard meridian is passing through Mirzapur. We have to go on a much more political map to see the information about it. So we'll come to know where is the actual meridian going through. Okay. So that's the standard time we use of Mirzapur. So when it's 12 o'clock in Mirzapur, it's 12 o'clock all over India. Okay, fine. So I'll just give you a basic information about it. I'll just tell you, and we'll come to know what we are doing about it. Okay. Now, India lies on the Indian plate of the northern part of Indo-Austrian plate. Okay, I hope you know that. I hope you understand that. Now, the Indo-Australian plate. What is the Indo-Australian plate? The Indo-Australian plate is a major tectonic plate that includes the continent of Australia and surrounding ocean, and extends northwest to include the Indian subcontinent and adjacent waters. It is formed by the fusion of Indian and Australian plates approximately 43 million years ago. So part of tectonic plates of Australia and India subcontinent are much together. So if something moves there, it's going to move here as well. Tectonic plates, you know, which causes earthquakes. Under the sea, under the ground level, it can be there under the earth level part, and under the oceans. The tectonic plates can move around. So they are muchly joined. That's called the Indo-Australian plate, or the Indian plate. India lies on the Indian plate and the northern part of Indo-Australian plate, whose continental crust forms the Indian subcontinent. What is the continental crust? The continental crust is what do you say? How can I say it? It's a layer of igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks that form the continents. Okay, and the areas of shallow seabed close to their shores known as the continental shelves. Shallow means not too deep. The shores known as the continental shelves. This layer is sometimes called sial because its bulk composition of richer silicates and aluminum minerals. I'll not go details. It's going to go very far. I'm just telling you what is actually, where is India located. India lies on the Indian plate. Where is the Indian plate? The Indian plate is the Indian plate or an India plate is a major tectonic plate straddling the equator in the eastern hemisphere, originally part of the ancient continent of Gondwana. Okay, India broke away from the fragments of Gondwana 100 million years ago, began moving north once fused with the adjacent Australian plate. Okay, so that is what it's all about. India lies on the Indian plate and the northern part of Indo-Australian plate, whose continental crust forms the Indian subcontinent. The Indian subcontinent is simply the subcontinent is a southern region and the peninsula of Asia. Peninsula of Asia, mostly situated on the Indian plate and projecting southwards. It's going towards down part. Okay, projecting southwards into the Indian Ocean from the Himalayas. Geologically, we can say the Indian subcontinent is related to the landmass rifted up from there, which moved up from there. Okay, so this is still here. I am coming back in the next video and I'll tell you.